Hello and welcome to the Rainy Tuesdays podcast, a podcast by friends for friends. I'm Adam, and we got Margot and Ryan,
Hey.
Hi.
as per usual. Check out, we have a YouTube, we got an Instagram, we have a website. Throw that in before we start. Get out of the way, and then how have you guys been?
Pretty okay. Finals are wrapping up, so less and less stressed. But yeah,
And you guys just got the second dose of the vaccine,
Yeah.
that was
And
our
our
pretty
weekend.
good.
running on fumes, or Margot is at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm doing good. I've got finals coming up. I really just have like a big one on Wednesday and then I'm done. So going pretty well.
You guys
It'll be
are
nice to be over.
Yes.
I'm all done now, but
Woo.
it's good to wrap that up. No school for at least a couple weeks before I start my job, and I'm very excited.
Nice.
That'll be good. Yeah.
You know, Adam, if you have a few weeks before your job, you could watch Star Wars The Bad Batch.
That's true. I should. I almost certainly will not, but there's too many shows right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My
That's
girlfriend
fair.
and I have been watching Shadow and Bone, and we got to finish that, and then I don't know. I'm sure there's other things. There's always so many.
Mm-hmm. And honestly, I don't think it'd be a bad idea to wait because like it is like Clone Wars, and personally, I think there's probably something to gain from like just waiting till the end.
How long is the Bad Batch supposed to be?
I think it said 16 episodes, and the first episode was like an hour
Long.
long. So
Yeah,
Ooh,
it's a long.
are they
one.
all gonna be that long, or was that just the
it
first?
was just the first episode. The second
Okay.
one was like 25 minutes long. And I think
I haven't
it'll
watched
probably
the
be around
second
that.
one yet. I didn't realize that was out yet. But yeah, that's fair.
I've heard good things. I'll
Mhm.
watch it at some point. I'm sure.
It's just more Clone Wars, so
Yeah.
It's just more Clone Wars.
Did enjoy Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Is it more similar to Clone Wars where they had that kind of like start of more kid showy? I mean, we talk about all this, but or do they go straight into like this is
Straight
some
into it.
good storyline material?
First,
Okay,
like-
that's good.
First 2 minutes, Order 66.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a
I'll
sad time.
give it
yeah.
give
and
it
they
a
also
watch.
like involved the guy from Rebels,
Yeah,
Kanan.
they did do that.
So
Yeah.
it's interesting.
Is it the same art style as Clone Wars was?
Yes,
Okay,
not the
good,
Rebels
'cause-
style.
Yeah, I did not like the Rebels art
Yeah.
style. It's like ever so slightly worse.
It's the eyes for me. I think the eyes are weird in
That's a
Rebels.
good point. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I think I can deal with the rest of it. It's just the eyes are weird. But
Mhm.
I don't know. No, I like this style a lot though. Like it feels very like cell shading-y kind of thing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's good. It's
I'm
good
excited
stuff.
to see where it goes. So
Yeah,
should be good.
absolutely.
I think it's interesting how much an animation's art style depends on how likely you are to watch it. Like, there's a lot of shows that'll be like, oh, it's an interesting premise, but I can't stand the art style, so there's no chance I'll ever watch it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little more lenient, I think, on art style, but I completely understand what you're saying because some of it can just be like gross. Like I know that ever since I was a kid, I always hate that thing that they would do in like any animated show, but the one that I'm thinking of is specifically SpongeBob. Whenever it would like do a close up and suddenly it would be like realistic and like,
Yeah, I was
Oh,
just
yeah.
thinking the
Gross.
exact same thing. A bunch of Cartoon Network shows did that as well. I don't know, it's a trend at the time, but they do like
Yeah.
close up, like hyper realistic. Like, this is just disgusting. I don't want to watch this.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't like stuff like that. And I know that like that's something that they sometimes do in like other cartoons. Like
I was thinking
Um,
Chowder. I don't know if you guys know that show, or Flapjack. Those are two Cartoon Network shows in like
Flapjack.
the mid 2000s
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
or late 2000s. I don't know.
I was gonna say Rick and Morty now. I don't know. I just can't watch
Rick and
it.
Morty
I can't
totally
get
does
the
it.
art style.
Yeah. Rick and Morty is fine. I think
Rick
it's
and Morty scares me because we were talking about because we were talking about before this podcast about like how some fans are very toxic, and Rick and Morty absolutely has a like really toxic fan base where it's like the show might be fine, but I don't want to be associated with people who are like Rick and Morty is the best show ever. I'm sure it's okay, but I don't know. There's nothing in it that I'm like, this is something I have to watch.
Hmm.
Yeah, Rick and Morty it's nothing extremely special. I think it gets entirely overhyped. Um, but that's, it happens. It's one of those things. I think that like every time that it's not on, people just don't care about it, and that's fine. So
Fade from the cultural consciousness, and
it
then
really does. Yeah. Whenever like
Yeah.
the season starts again, it's like, oh my god, Rick and Morty. But then like as soon as the season's done, nobody talks about it.
Yeah, that's the thing though. I haven't heard anything about it in like 3 years, probably.
I mean, I heard about it a lot. I guess end of 2019. I think it was the last
Okay.
time it was like super popular.
Maybe they had another season then.
Yeah.
'Cause, yeah, you're right. After it ends, I don't think there's much on it.
Right. Well, speaking of trends,
a good segue to our sort of topic of the week.
we're gonna be going through kind of a BuzzFeed quiz. It's more so just like a polling thing, just to talk about internet trends and whether or not we think that they're good or bad.
Should spark some very fun rants where we don't know what we're talking about at all, but
Pretty much.
it'll be fun.
I fully expect some of these to be TikTok things that I don't understand, and will need help. But alrighty, first one, internet prank culture.
Oh,
Yay or nay?
I've never watched prank videos on the internet, but I do know how toxic they can be.
They're
Yeah.
terrible. Yeah.
Do not like them.
No, I know that there's like a big thing of them on YouTube, and like the demographic for it is interesting because it's one of those things where it's like the people who watch those channels are like 7, but like the content of the like YouTube videos is like definitely too mature for a 7-year-old
Hmm.
kind of thing. And so it's like kind of weird. And it's also like super messed up. I know that there was like a big internet trend of like just being mean to your significant other.
I seem to feel like anti your kids. I know
And
that
to your
was a big one
kids.
as well.
Yeah.
I was like, this is really just taking advantage of relationships for those views.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad. And I know that that's the thing on TikTok too, where it's like I keep seeing people like talk about these videos where it's like, I told my girlfriend she looked terrible to prank her, like it's like it's this guy like telling his girlfriend that she looks awful and that she needs to like do makeup or change or like look better kind of thing.
Jeez.
To the point where the girls are like sobbing, and then he's like, ah, ha, ha, I was kidding. It's a prank. It's like,
Hilarious.
Yeah.
right? It's like,
think-
that's not great.
I think pranks are such a weird thing in that they're really hard to be funny and almost always mean.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Um,
Can you
I
guys think
just-
of a good prank?
I was
Like-
gonna say there is one prank video that I absolutely love and I think is funny. It was like this Australian YouTube group, and they built a giant wooden like Trojan horse, and they like had it around in their truck, and they like went around like I think it was like Sydney, Australia, looking for places of like, hey, can we park this horse here? And so they like go to restaurants, be like, hey, can we park this horse here overnight? And they're like, yeah, sure. And then they like took it to the Turkish embassy, which is like modern day Troy. And I was like,
Oh my
hey, do you
God.
mind if we take it here? They're like, yeah, sure, that's fine.
That's funny.
That's funny.
And they have like a gated enclosure around it too.
One that I do like is there's this guy who did like it was like a group, I think, of 4 people that would do like a pop-up concert kind of thing where they would like park and then all like play a like super well done like orchestral song, and then they'd go like go 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 and like drive away really quickly. And it's like that doesn't hurt anyone. It's just kind of like funny. Like that would brighten anyone's day.
Yeah, I was gonna like the like pranks that I think are funny are when they're just like confuse people in public. So it's like magic trick kind of stuff. or like flash mob esque
Oh,
activities
sure.
where it's
Yeah.
like these are just random people and you're not like hurting them in your way, that you're just like really confusing them.
Right.
And those
Yeah.
are funny.
Hmm.
That's totally fine. Yeah. But don't like. It's not a prank on your like significant other if you're like, haha, you look terrible, or like
Yeah.
anything like
It's
that. Like
just
that's
mean.
just mean. Yeah.
Hmm. Also,
Oh,
speaking
man.
of pranks, I've started watching a show called Nathan For You. I don't know if either of you guys have heard of
I've
it.
heard of it. I haven't watched it.
It's pretty good. I like it so far, but it is a lot of like pranks of like he pretends to be a businessman and he'll like go to like businesses that like sometimes aren't doing well and like give them like suggestions of stuff. And so like one of them, he goes to a frozen yogurt place and like they're like, yeah, that sort of like people coming in is a little bit low. He's like, all right, you should make a poop flavored ice cream.
But I think I have heard of this show.
And so like they have it and like it tastes really bad. And no one
Well,
wants to order it, but like it does increase people going there. So
that makes sense. Yeah. Oh man. Alrighty. What do you think about people documenting everything on social media? We talked about this a little bit before the podcast. Yeah.
I think it depends what it is. I mean, going
Yeah.
back to our conversation before, like Mother's Day posts, not a fan, you know? Like, also, like, people don't do the same thing for Father's Day, but they'll, like, put a whole post on it. And, like, I think Instagram is great for, like, documenting big things in your life, or, like, maybe I took, like, this cool photo. Boom, there you go. Like, once a month, I feel like, I think I've said it before, but I want a social media app where you can only post, like, once a month.
Mhm.
You're limited.
Mm-hmm.
Hit your
I-
quota for the month.
Exactly.
I do see Father's Day posts a lot too. And I never mind them. Like I think it's like if you want to be like if it's like a sweet little thing, go for it.
Mhm.
I obviously like it. I think one thing you said before the podcast was that it's like unless the parent is like on social media
Yeah.
kind of thing. It's like that does matter because if it's like if you're just posting on like your TikTok about like, his Mother's Day, like where your mom probably won't see it. Like,
Mhm.
That's a little like why? But like I do think that if it's like, yeah, like this is just a thing. I don't know. I don't like it when people. I think the biggest example is like concerts whenever those were a thing.
Oh, yeah.
Where people would post like 30 minutes of the concert on like a Snapchat or Instagram story kind of thing. And it's like, I can't click through all of this easily. Like,
Yeah, I knew people who did that habitually. Like they went to concerts all the time, and every concert they did, they'd post not 30 minutes, not that extreme,
Right,
but definitely
yeah.
like probably 5 minutes of this
a
concert.
ton,
Like
yeah.
I I didn't go to this concert. I don't need to experience it through you.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah. Or like
But I think-
recording fireworks. I used to record fireworks when I was young, but then it's that thing of like, I'm never gonna watch this. Why did I record it?
Yeah.
It's bad quality. You can barely
Mhm.
make it out. Should have just paid
Mhm.
attention.
I have a this might be kind of unrelated, but I have a pet peeve of people who experience the world through their phones, and I think the fireworks is a really good example because a lot of people will just record the fireworks. It's
Yeah.
like, but then you're not. It's right in front of you, and you could look at it, but now you're looking at it through your phone. Just
Yeah,
experience,
and
and,
you're
if you
never
want to
gonna watch it again.
yeah, you're
Yeah.
never gonna watch it. Like, there's a difference between I'm enjoying this thing, I'm gonna take a picture, and it's gonna remember it forever, but you're still experiencing it. Then versus like I'm gonna
Mhm.
go to this beautiful location, I'm gonna take a few pictures, and then I'm gonna leave. Like, but then you never, you're not. It's like that quota thing. It's like I just gotta hit my number to post on social media, and then we're off. It's like you're not really experiencing anything at that point.
Yeah.
Not a fan of
Yeah.
that.
I agree. I think that it's just kind of one of those things where you gotta like balance, you know? It's just figure out like what you want to obviously like remember things. I get that.
Mhm.
Like I understand that. But I think that it's easy to just be like, I'm going to like take a selfie with the people I'm with real quick and then like the rest of the night just be present kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like that's something that I definitely do. Like I like to like New Year's Eve. It's my favorite holiday. Love it a lot. But like I'll always take like a picture with the people that I'm with on that New Year's Eve because I like to like look back at them to be like, like especially on the Snapchat memories thing, where it's like, look at these past like however many years of like, yeah, I was like with these people, or like these people are here or there kind of thing, and it was like cute, but like it's just one picture kind of thing. It's not like, you know,
Yeah,
Mhm.
you know, like
constantly.
document the whole night and everything.
Yeah, not
That's
like I
a
have to
big
remember
thing.
everything everyone said.
Yeah. Every time I look back, I always wish I had like more pictures with my friends.
Right. Yeah,
Never can have too many of those.
that's true. It is, you know, like I said, striking a balance of like making sure that you do have like a little thing for memories, but then also being there.
Hmm.
Yeah, fair. What I, you know what I just don't get though?
What?
Food pictures. I
I
don't.
feel like I don't see that really anymore. I
I
don't
see
know
it
if
all
you
the
guys
time.
do.
You know what I see most is the little short videos of people shaking their boba and stabbing it with a straw. I see that
Oh,
constantly,
Oh yeah.
never seen that.
all the time.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say,
that's one of those things that doesn't make sense.
I was gonna say if it's a really cool looking meal or like
Maybe,
you cooked
sure.
it,
Right. Cooked
only
it?
two
Totally.
things.
Right.
But hey, I went to Starbucks and got a coffee. No.
So just like constantly, especially the boba thing. So many
Yeah.
people are always like posting about boba, and I'm like, calm down. I don't care.
What is boba?
It's like the little tapioca balls.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's typically like a tea drink, and then it'll have like milk or something in it, and then the tapioca balls at like the bottom. So it's like a drink that you can chew. I don't think it's good, but I know a lot of people like it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm a big texture person though, so it's not for me, but I respect the fact that it is very popular. I just don't like it when like the same person will post like 5 different like little videos of boba for 5 days of the week kind of thing. Like it's like this is too much. Yeah, I don't know.
Is it like a coffee type thing or?
Kinda.
Okay.
Yeah, like I do think it has caffeine in it. You can get like a bunch of different flavors. Like I know that there's some that are like fruitier and some that are more like a chocolate kind of thing or
Okay.
something.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. There's I think at least a few places near campus you could try. But yeah. Alrighty. Let's see. Okay. This is one that I don't necessarily know a lot about. Making your partner jealous for internet clout, and it says this is a TikTok trend.
I feel like that goes back to like prank videos.
yeah.
It does sound like it.
I
Not a fan, I don't think.
don't know that I've seen those. I don't know what that would be, or is it?
Right?
I don't know.
Like this seems like a very specific type of prank thing.
Yeah.
Where it's like, yeah, but it seems bad.
The only thing that comes to mind, this is not a part of the trend. It was
Okay.
there's this TikTok trend that was like a PowerPoint presentation. It was like list of people I would cheat on you with, and it would be like the first slide would be like number 1, no one. I love you more than anything in the world. I value our relationship more than anything. And then 2 would be like some random cartoon character like Homer Simpson or something crazy.
That's funny. Oh man.
The TikTok would like cut out. They'd be like your relationship is so important to me slide for most of it, and then like the
Right.
last split frame would be like Stitch from Lilo.
Oh my god. That sounds pretty great. Well, not
There
right.
were some good ones.
Fair.
But that's what it comes to mind. I don't know about making your partner jealous. I don't know. I'm sure we're on probably not the mainstream TikTok feeds, and
Right.
so we see different trends than well, most people do.
Mhm.
I have not seen this one.
I feel like there's enough relationship drama alone in life that you don't need to like go to social media for more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's fair. I think that even without the internet clout part, you should just not try to make your partner jealous.
That's true too.
Yeah, seems like a
Seems
good
weird.
rule of thumb.
Yeah.
100%.
I know that that's a thing that like at least I've heard of people being like, I'm gonna make them so jealous, and it's like, well, why?
I think it's a very like childish
Yeah.
attitude. I don't know where that gets started. I think a lot of like negative relationship aspects start in media, and I don't know if that's necessarily one that's shown a lot. I mean, maybe it is, but I don't
The
know.
only
It's so
examples I
weird.
can think of in media are like 90s or like early 2000s, like chick flick kind of movies where it was like, but it was never like making your partner jealous. It was making your ex jealous. Like that was the like trope in movies was like
Mhm.
I like the whole like revenge body kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which doesn't sound like what this is talking about. But I have no idea.
Mhm.
Seems bad though.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay, the no one will share memes.
Do
Says
they
this
have an example?
it says this one's like a Facebook thing.
No, I don't use
And
Facebook.
it says the like where people feel like they're like if their stupid thing isn't shared or liked, it means their existence means nothing or something like that. That's like the written in response about like why people don't like it. But it's like I think what it's talking about is like I can only think of like the actual meme ones where it's like a picture of like Obi-Wan and they're saying it's Jesus. And they're like, I bet we can't even get one like
Oh,
for our Lord
yeah.
and Savior.
Okay,
Like,
yes, okay, I do know that
Yeah.
command.
like I can't think of a real example though. I can only think of joke ones.
And that's
Yeah.
absolutely making fun of that trend. I don't think I've
Right.
seen
You know,
as much of real examples of the trend. I know they show up. I
Exactly.
feel like that's a big like propaganda meme piece for
Sure.
mhm.
different political sides will use that to be like that you won't like and share our true savior. I don't know.
Yeah.
I can only think of religion ones now, but just that way, like avenue of publicizing some opinion and
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's fair.
I can think of an example of like, I don't know if you have anyone like Snapchat or stuff where it'll be like only the real ones will understand, and it's like
Yeah.
who are the real ones? Everyone's real.
I think those are funny when they post something that's like a common experience that everyone has. Like, only the
Yeah.
real ones will understand. It's like
Or
every single person from your generation knows about this.
Or if it's only like for certain people, then just send it to certain people. You can do that.
Yeah.
You don't have to send it to everyone. I don't know.
Or like make a private story
Yeah.
if that's like the thing you want to do. Yeah. I don't know. I really can't think of anything other than the Obi-Wan one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
That's a
can't
very
think of
funny
any
one, though.
examples beyond that.
Yeah.
But I did enjoy the Obi-Wan one.
That's a good one. Yeah. I like that one a lot. Alrighty. Okay, causing chaos in public for likes. The examples that they gave were the people who would like go through fast food lines and mess with the like employee, or it says that there's a TikTok trend of kids tripping and destroying jugs of milk, which I don't know what that is.
Oh yeah,
What is that?
it's stupid. All of it is stupid. I have a feeling we're not gonna like anything on this list.
It seems like it.
But yeah, I hate people that are mean to fast food workers because like
Yes.
they're not getting
Yeah.
paid enough to deal with you. That's why like I hate pet peeve of mine is I hate doing drive-throughs at like fast food places because like I'm a very indecisive person sometimes, especially in fast food where it's like I'm under pressure. Like this person working like the line doesn't have time to deal with my like indecisiveness. It's like I try to just get everything. That's why like I'll never go through a drive-through with other people in the car because like I can't. It's too much for that person. I just want to make their job as easy as possible. They're dealing with a lot.
I was just thinking the other day we went out to eat to a restaurant, and this might be an anxiety thing, but like I like feel bad asking the waiter waitress anything, like even just a normal order. I'm like, I'm sorry for inconveniencing you. This is what I want. Sorry.
Hey, sorry, brother. Do you have any ketchup packets I can have? If not, that's okay.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's like extreme of like I don't want to ask you anything. I'm making your life hard by being here. I know this is your job, but I don't want to bother you.
Yeah. Oh
I
my
feel
God.
especially bad for people in the drive-through line because, like, if anything goes wrong, that person gets blamed. But like, they're not cooking any of the food.
Yeah.
I will say it's interesting that you said like you were overwhelmed, and I do think that that's like one of the like little benefits of like being a vegetarian going through fast food lines, because I was like, I've never been overwhelmed by a fast food line, and it's like because I have like 3 options. But
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing of like I have maybe one thing I can order.
right.
Or the way I eat food, I really only ever get the exact same thing at
Same,
restaurants.
yeah.
There's no like decision making process because like, oh, going to Noodles and Company again, I'll get the exact same dish I've always gotten.
I miss Noodles and Company. Oh my God, that place is good.
They're great.
They're so good.
I
But
get the butter noodles every time, obviously, and they're
I,
fantastic. Probably a waste of my money, but I don't care. It's very
I
good.
was gonna say it's very funny to me that you go to like a pasta restaurant
Yep.
and you get the most basic pasta there.
Yep.
They have other
So
like
tasty, though.
options, like
Yeah, I know,
vegetarian
right?
options.
I like
I'm not
the,
the biggest fan of the other ones they have. There's this one that's like a bit spicy, and I don't like it.
I was
Because I
about to
can't
say, I
stand
love
any
that
bit
one.
of spice. I need to live in England where the food's as bland as possible.
I like the spicy one and then the pesto one. So I'll alternate between those.
Yes, they're the two options. I don't like pesto sauce
Yeah.
and I don't like spice. So, oh
Oof.
well.
So butter noodles.
Give me some butter noodles.
Oh my God.
But they're
It's very,
top quality butter noodles.
I was about to say it's very funny to me that you're like acting as if it's just that these other options are bad and not that you wouldn't just get buttered noodles no matter what.
I probably would still get butter noodles, but I think maybe I wouldn't because I do like butter noodles a lot. Change it up a little bit if I like the other ones.
Yeah.
Maybe solely to have people not make fun of me for getting butter noodles every time. But you know
Oh,
what? They're
man.
great. I'm not ashamed of it. They're so tasty.
Fair enough. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, I definitely I don't know. I don't think I've been through like a drive-through in a really long time. Um I remember though when I first started driving and I like went through a drive-through, I was just like confused. I was just like, I've been in like the passenger seat so many times when like my mom like was driving, and it was like, why is it weird now? But like, yeah, the very first time that I actually went through a drive-through, I was like, this is odd. What? Or how do I do this? Yeah. But yeah, no, don't
mess with fast food
workers.
workers.
Yeah.
They're just doing their job. They're paid next to nothing.
Yeah, and
It's
the
not
milk
making their lives harder.
The milk thing, it says that, so what I'm gathering from it, because it says those kids who would trip and destroy jugs of milk, it's such a waste, and some poor minimum wage employee is going to have to mop that up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds awful. Don't do that. That's the hot take.
Exactly. I've seen where like they throw down a thing of milk and they fall over and someone like tries to help them out and then they like throw the other one down and it's like it's just such a waste.
Yeah,
That's
it's
just
horrible.
rude.
It's the
Yeah.
worst. Yeah.
Okay, this one I don't understand and it doesn't have any description of it.
Fun.
So I hope you guys get it. The "you've been using blank wrong" trend.
This might be another Facebook one.
Yeah, I
Okay.
can't say I'm familiar with that one.
Yeah.
I didn't know it either.
To the next one.
Alrighty. This is like not it. Okay, this one's stupid, but I get it. Okay, charcoal products.
What?
What?
Like when people would brush their teeth with like the charcoal, like the activated charcoal, because it like whitens your teeth, but it's not good for you. It's like bad for your teeth. And it's also like not good to put in your food, but people would put it in their food to make like it like a like black color. Like that's what they put in like the black ice cream thing is
Really?
charcoal. And yeah, but it's like not good for you.
Yeah. What? I don't know what this is. Why do people put weird things in their bodies? What is with that?
I don't know. I think like the biggest thing too is that like activated charcoal, I don't know if this is true or not because I'm not a doctor and I'm not going to pretend like I know medical facts, but like I know that like one of the big risks or whatever was that it could cancel out certain medications. Don't know if that's true. If it is true though, even worse. I do know that like like the teeth thing is true because I remember my dentist ranting to me about that. But no, I just don't understand it when people are like, I'm gonna make this food look gross. Like, I don't think black ice cream looks good. And I think people only eat it to be like, "Ah, I'm edgy." And it's like, what are you doing? Like,
I'm so edgy.
Imagine
The
being
food
so
I eat is
edgy.
black too.
Yeah.
I'm just not like other girls.
Mhm.
I like dark food. It's like, what?
I don't like your basic flavors of vanilla or chocolate. I only eat
Charcoal.
charcoal.
Oh my god. Yeah.
The only thing I
Um,
found on Google is that it's safe to eat in very small quantities.
Right, but they added like a lot of it. And then it's also like not good for your teeth. I know that for sure.
Yeah.
My dentist really hated that. They were upset. Anyway. Turning everything into a hustle.
Oh, I am actually. This is something I really hate.
Yeah.
So this is a general rant about capitalism. I'm not a fan of the what capitalism leads to, and the turning everything into a hustle is for sure. I just saw a TikTok about this the other day. I hate so like the turning hustle is like you want to use your hobbies to make you more money, but I hate that we have that mindset that like everything you do has to be making you money in some way. So have
Right.
like a side hustle to make you more money. It's like you can do things for fun. It doesn't have to be for money at all times.
Yeah.
Like you just do, if you're sewing and you enjoy sewing, you don't need to be like, oh, you could turn that into a side hustle and go sell stuff on Etsy. You can just be like,
Yeah.
I enjoy sewing for sewing. It doesn't have to
Right.
make a
Mhm.
product. Not all my time does not need to be in pursuit of money.
No, I think that's a big thing too.
Yeah.
I just hate it when people are like, I think that's the problem is that we put a monetary value onto like just activities, and it's
Mhm.
like it should just be a thing where you can like um I was talking to a friend about like if they wanted to start like a business Instagram for like some art that they were doing. And I was like, you can go for it. Like go for it. Like it's like what can it hurt? It can
Yeah,
get like your work
if you
shown,
want to
like
do
go for
it,
it.
Mm-hmm.
But they were like, I'm just worried that I'll only have like 7 followers and then it won't be like worth it. And it's like, but like if you want to like do this, like you should just do it. Like and it shouldn't matter if it's like the most popular thing in the world or not because like
Mhm.
that ultimately doesn't matter. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Yeah. What were
I
you gonna
just-
say, Ryan?
I was gonna say on Twitter, I'll see this a lot. Of, like sometimes, like someone will make a viral tweet, and all these companies will approach them because after you make like a really popular tweet, you can like reply under it, and it becomes the top like reply, like no matter what. And so a lot of companies will be like, oh hey, like advertise our product. So like it's like a slightly funny tweet, and then it's like, hey look, here's a sun lamp that you can get a 5% discount on, and here's a blanket. And it's like, I sort of liked your tweet. I'm not gonna buy a sun lamp. Like,
Yeah.
Well, I
don't
think
know.
that's more like advertisers,
Yeah.
like because the person's probably like, oh, sure, I'll throw your thing in and make
Mhm.
whatever money you want to give me. No one's gonna buy your product because that's
Right.
not how this works. But I will take your money for it, sure.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like it is a hustle. I respect the hustle, but I don't know. I
I
hate
just
that
dislike-
companies do it. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been seeing my TikTok will like infect me with some of that stuff, and I'll just really, really hate the mindset of like, what's your side hustle? What are you doing in your free time? Or the like, you don't have free time. Every time in the day is something you could be doing to make money. It's like you're not living a good life if you're doing that. You need time just for yourself to do what you want to do with no expectations. And turning everything into a side hustle really screws that over.
Yeah.
That's
And the other
definitely
big
fair.
thing with Twitter now is like they removed cropping. Like normally it would crop it so like every picture would be like a small size, and now they've like removed it so like it can be a lot bigger. There's still a little bit of cropping, But with ads, sometimes their pictures are really big. So like if you want to look at the comments on something, you have to do like a little bit of scrolling in order to get to the comments.
Hmm.
So you
Yeah.
have to sit through like 5 advertisements, but oh well.
Fair. Oh man. Yeah. I think it's stupid. um yeah.
Just-
I don't think that, especially like hobbies. Like just have
yeah,
hobbies.
I think that's a big trend. I don't know if like Gen Z is like our last podcast about whether we're Gen Z or not, but I don't know if like our generation / Gen Z really does that. I think that's very like a millennial and right before that thing of like, what are you doing? Where are you making your money? Where can you make extra money? And I think that's kind of fading now, which is good. But
I
you
don't know. I'm
still
seeing
see a lot of it.
Yeah.
Investing it all
Also,
in
just I don't
Dogecoin.
see any people like our age talking about it.
Oh my god. I don't know. I feel like I do see a lot of people talking about like making money on like TikTok, which I don't think you can make money on TikTok. I think that it's only through like other things. I don't think that it has like a thing like YouTube where it's like,
I know TikTok has like a creators fund. I don't know how it works, but it's a way that you can make money off TikTok. But I don't
Interesting.
know exactly how it functions and how much like creators can join the creator fund and they'll get a payout every so often based on views. But I don't know how much it is or how
Fair
you are
enough.
able to do it. But I do know there is a way. I just don't know how it functions.
Right. That's fair. Alrighty. This is one that I don't expect you guys to have any opinion on, but maybe you do. Cropped everything. So like cropped sweatshirts or crop tops or like, I don't know, cropped pants. All right.
I don't
no
know.
opinion.
Sure,
Cropped,
crop everything.
yes. But
It doesn't annoy me. Crop whatever.
I don't really like. I don't know what I think they're called, like muscle shirts or whatever. Like
Oh,
I don't know. Like the sleeveless shirts, I think are fine, but there are like some people that like cut it like all the way
whole way
down the
down.
side.
Yes.
And I feel like, what's the point of that? Like,
Yeah.
what's the point of even wearing a shirt then? I don't know.
I think somewhat like decency, like you can like walk from place to place without feeling like too exposed. But I understand that those shirts are more so to like have like airflow and feel
Yeah.
cooler while
Yeah,
working
But
out.
even
know.
still,
I
it's
feel-
like it's really long when it gets like all the way at the bottom. Like, why not even
Yeah.
like halfway? I don't know.
I feel like that's a big thing you see on like college like gyms.
Yeah.
The guys will wear these like cut down to there's barely a thread hanging it together.
I mean,
It's
girls do it too. They just wear like sports bras underneath.
Yeah, I guess that's
Even
obvious.
still, you know, I feel like what's the point of wearing a shirt then at that point?
Fair. I mean, I don't know about like everywhere, but at least like on our college campus, the like gym requires certain like outfits. Like you can't I mean, yeah, it really is just to not get overheated.
Yeah,
While
sure.
still following like the guidelines.
I guess my complaint is more I'll see people wear those like around, like in
Yeah.
dining
I think they're
halls
only
and out and
appropriate in the
about.
gym.
It's like this is
Yeah.
a gym outfit,
Yeah.
and I don't know if you even go to the gym.
Right. I feel like
There's
or at least,
changing
like, you
rooms
didn't-
at the gym.
Yeah, or like even it's like I know you didn't just come for the gym, and you're not just going to the gym. So why are you dressed like this still?
that's the thing is people who wear it outside of the gym and like just to wear it probably don't go to the gym. Like those are not the people that are like on the grind. Like those are those are the people that are just like, yeah, so anyway, hey, look at me. And it's like, okay. But yeah.
I have a weird, maybe pet peeve, or just something I don't understand, I guess, related. So guys will often wear the like white sleeveless undershirt. I don't. Well, I guess I don't know if that's still super common, but I know people do. Some people call it a wife beater, which I also hate that name, but that style. And I never understood people who did that, because why are you wearing an extra layer?
Oh, I think it's nipples.
Oh, really?
I
It's like a chafing thing. Okay.
I think it's so that they're not as noticeable in their dress shirt. Yeah.
Oh, oh, all right.
I mean,
That was always my understanding. Maybe I'm wrong.
well,
I
yeah,
don't
I
know.
wear a white undershirt for like a dress shirt,
Well, yeah,
Mhm.
I'll
Yeah.
wear. But
and then I'll also
yeah,
wear
I
like an
guess.
undershirt for like flannels, just because, like
Yeah.
you said, chafing
Yeah,
too. But
but
I
I
don't
guess there's a
know.
difference. So,
Yeah.
like, what I'm thinking of. So, yeah, I'll wear like an undershirt, but like a normal T-shirt. What I'm thinking of is this like the sleeveless thing, and they'll
Oh
wear it
yeah.
under a T-shirt as well. So it's not like that's the one thing they have underneath a dress shirt or a
Oh.
flannel or something. Is they'll have normal clothes, flannel or whatever, and a T-shirt, normal T-shirt, and then they'll have that on as well underneath it. And it's like, why are you adding an extra layer?
Yeah, that seems
Yeah, I
ridiculous.
get
Like
that.
it's not that
Oh.
undershirt thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
Yeah.
in addition to that.
I thought you were saying as an undershirt. Never mind.
No, yeah. Although
No,
some people might, but I don't think because
I definitely
undershirts
know guys
typically
who
you
do
still
wear it as
see it.
undershirts. Well, it depends. Like, I mean, if you have like a tie on, you don't. But like, huh. Yeah, I don't know why people would wear that many shirts.
I don't know. I don't actually know if people still do this, but I knew people in like high school who would do that.
Yeah.
Like for
Do,
sports, like in the locker room, I'd be like, why do you have all these layers on?
do you think it was maybe like a cold thing? Like,
No, because it would be like during
cold?
the summer.
Oh.
It'd
Huh.
be like, like even like people wear like just a t-shirt and then have this on underneath it. Be like,
Yeah.
why are you doing that? And maybe
No,
it's
I don't
a
get that.
chafing thing. I don't know,
Maybe.
but
Maybe it's
I
like a
don't know.
sweat thing, but then you'd think that would make you
But
sweat
then that
more.
just gets really sweaty, and you're
Right.
an extra layer, so you're gonna sweat more.
Yeah, I
I
don't
don't
get
know.
it. I don't
I don't
know.
know.
Yeah.
It's just
Okay.
something I never understood.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Okay, people writing long stories before their online recipes. That annoys me. I don't know if that annoys you guys.
I don't really look at online recipes very
Oh
much, but
boy.
I know that's a common like pet peeve of people putting their life stories in recipes, and they're like, "Oh, by the way, after
Yeah.
this 25-page expose."
Yeah, you have to scroll through
Or
like 20 pages. And it's like,
It
you
was
can put
so
that
funny.
under the recipe. That's fine. But put the
One
recipe
of
at the start.
one of my friends a few like years ago, he and I were making like Christmas cookies together, right? And he had the recipe, because like his mom had sent him it or something, right? And he was like, I hate how you have to like read so much to see what you have to do. And I was like, you can just scroll down to the bottom and it just has it. And he like it like changed his world. He was like, what?
like, none of
Oh
that's
my
relevant.
god. Yeah. But he was like, because they in the life story part, they do tell you how to make the food, but it's in like paragraph form. And it's like they have just like step by step at the bottom. And he was
Mhm.
just shocked. I was like,
Mhm.
oh wow.
It's like I don't know if you guys did this. When I was very, very first starting out on the internet, I didn't realize that you don't have to read the terms and conditions. So I did not do this very much. Maybe the first two times I did read the terms and conditions, or like as much as a like 12-year-old could.
Yeah.
Sure.
But and then I was like, oh, I don't need to do. Like I realized after a couple, it's like, oh, that was a total waste of time.
Right. Oh man.
I was going to say when cooking, maybe you just like reference it. Be like, we add 3 cups of flour. This reminds me of the time Jessica spent her young adulthood cooking cookies with her grandmother.
It's like every ingredient is like this sparks a memory. Takes me back to the rolling fields of Italy.
Oh my god.
Back when my great grandfather was fighting in World War II.
I just want it to be one of the like I feel like it should just be like flipped. Cause like I'm sure there's people who do care about that stuff, right? Like there's
Yeah.
gotta be, otherwise it wouldn't be a thing. But like yeah, I just think it should be flipped. Like put the like need to know first and then like yeah.
Yeah.
Because also like cooking websites or like recipe websites all like they're chocked full of ads.
I was about
And
to say
so
one of the
yeah.
reasons they probably do that is because they put all the long thing on top, so you have to scroll down, so you'll have more time to see ads.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of
That's
just putting at the
true.
top, then you don't scroll down, and you don't see the ads.
But like on websites like that, like websites with a lot of ads, it does take a lot longer to load like
Mhm.
the bottom of it. And so it, like you just have to sit there and like wait for a second or two to be like, all right, show me the recipe. Yeah. But anyway. Okay, using astrology to explain everything. So to like normalize toxicity or mental illness symptoms.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought this was just in general people who were like, can't do this thing because I'm a Libra.
Yeah.
But that's
Yeah,
worse. People are like,
Libra. No, yeah,
that's not schizophrenia. You're just a Capricorn. I don't know anything about astrology.
Yeah.
I
As
think
an Aries, I'm not a fan of this.
I think that like one of the big ones is like and this obviously could be like, you know, different in like a more extreme way, but like I know that like Geminis will do this. Not to call out Geminis, I'm so sorry. But like, because that's the whole like two-faced thing where they'll be like, I can be like really rude to you and
Oh,
then super nice, but I'm a Gemini. I just have two personalities. And it's like that's not like fun to joke about.
yeah.
Um,
Also, you can't use it to like justify toxic behavior.
yeah,
I like someone like just bullies someone's like, I'm a Scorpio. What are you gonna do?
yeah, yeah. Don't. This just seems like giving stupid reasons to be mean to people, which
Yeah.
has been most of this like
Yeah,
list.
this a very recurring theme.
Yeah.
Hey, don't be mean to people.
Yeah, hot take. What if we tried being nice? Oh my god, okay, gender
This is the theme
reveal
of our
parties.
podcast. Oh, the gender reveal party.
I don't understand that. This is
There-
what
there's-
you use your one post a month on Instagram for. Be like, oh, hey, look, we're having a child or childs, and
I've
here's the
just
color.
seen some really crazy gender reveal parties. There was one really horrible that ended up like starting a forest fire. I think that was
Yeah.
a year ago. There was
That
one
was last
recent
year, yeah.
where they set off some absurd amount of TNT. So like people heard it from towns away.
Oh
And they're
my
like,
god.
what is that explosion? And it was a gender reveal party.
It's
like,
a
what is
boy.
going on?
That's stupid. So here's the thing. I have mixed views because I know that it started because a woman was really, really struggling to get pregnant. And then she finally did. And so she threw a gender reveal party. And that was like the start of the trend.
That's fine.
And that, yeah,
Aren't
makes
there
sense.
already baby showers? Like, isn't that already a thing that happens? Not to
Yeah.
be mean to this woman, but
No, that's a very good point.
isn't there
Is-
there's
yeah.
already an avenue for this kind of thing?
I think
We don't need a new
some
trend
people-
on top of it.
I think some people look for a reason to have a party sometimes.
And
You
that's
can,
fine.
you can have a party with no
But-
reason.
Yeah.
But the thing is, though, is that they're typically like at baby showers. Like gender reveal parties are typically
Oh, it's just
like
a
just
segment
joint.
of the
Yeah,
baby shower.
yeah,
I mean, when do baby showers happen? Aren't they usually like later?
yeah.
Okay. So you probably know the
it's-
gender by then. So more, I mean, it's probably a thing like, oh yeah, by the way, we're having a girl or a boy.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that it's just one of those things that it's like, calm down. No one cares about your baby's genitalia. Like, it's just.
Yeah, it is. It is one of those things of like, why are you posting this to social media? As we talked about with the Mother's Day, but maybe a more extreme version of that of like, this isn't something that people really care about.
I just.
Why?
I
you
think
post
maybe you can
about it.
combine the two of like, oh hey, look, we're having a child
Right.
and it's this gender. Whoa.
But that's the difference is that it's like a social media post is fine. Like, I'm not gonna like bend over backwards to care about it, but like, I'm also not upset if you're like, hey, look, I'm doing a thing. It's like,
Yeah,
oh,
if it's
well,
just like a
congrats.
post on Instagram or Facebook, and you're like, cool,
Right.
moving on, and
But,
instead of
like-
like this event where you're blowing up a crater.
Yeah, if you like blow a hole in the world, I'm probably gonna have more of an issue with it.
Yeah. That's one of the things is who comes up with these ideas?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's crazy. I think maybe we should like take a page at the Catholic Church's book and like for whenever there's a new pope, they have like a chimney. And it'll be black
Oh,
smoke
yeah.
if there's no pope and white smoke if there is. So I think maybe we
Mhm.
should like people just go to a house and they need to have a chimney and we'll just
Sure.
like release blue smoke if it's a boy and pink smoke if it's a girl.
Question: do you
Yes.
guys want to know the gender
I don't know.
of your baby?
Probably.
Like, Okay.
I think it's more of like a why not?
Yeah.
Like, I don't particularly care what sex the baby is,
Sure.
but I also am not going to be like, oh, we're not finding out. Keep that a secret. Like,
Yeah.
Mm,
I don't get that either. So, like, if the information is available, sure.
okay.
But I'm not going to be like desperate. What's the result, Doc?
Hmm.
Yeah.
You can
I don't
start picking out names too.
Yeah, that's true too. Although there's always gender neutral names,
That's true
Yeah.
as well.
and you can do a list of either.
That's true. Yeah, I know that there's some people who are like super against knowing the sex of their baby though.
Mhm.
Yeah, I never super understood that.
I don't think it matters that much.
Whatever.
Oh my god. Okay.
Gender's fake, anyways.
Yeah. Alrighty. People proudly calling themselves toxic or manipulative. This says
Yeah,
it's a TikTok
absolutely.
thing. Okay.
Is that a TikTok thing? This is another one I don't think I've seen, but this is not a recent trend. People have been doing that forever. Of like,
Yeah.
oh, it's in with the astrology thing of like, oh, I'm just toxic.
Right. It's like
You're
maybe
just a terrible
don't be
person.
that. Yeah.
Don't do that.
Right.
Yeah. It's not an excuse. You can't just be like, yeah, I'm bad at that. And it's like, do you want to
Yeah.
improve at all? Or
It's so weird because it's like, yep, I acknowledge how awful I am, but that's me. It's like, so stop doing that.
It says
Don't
that the
be a horrible
sounds.
person.
So it quotes two different like sounds that people will put on it. And it's haha, I'm a toxic girlfriend or female manipulator. LOL.
and it's also like not a thing to boast, really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really, really not. I feel like that's a problem. Also, I don't like it when people are like proud to be like manipulative. Like,
Mhm.
obviously toxic is bad, sure, but like,
You're not the Joker.
yeah. Also, just like, why would you want to brag about like controlling people? I don't know.
Yeah.
It seems bad. Hot
Mhm.
take.
Hot take.
Oh my god. Okay, mobile game ads.
Oh, I hate them so much.
I don't mind. I think they're funny.
Really?
Yeah,
I-
what's the one? Raid Shadow Legends that you get
Oh
all
yeah,
the
I get that
time.
so often.
I think they're funny well, okay. One, they're strange because it's clearly like big budget. I don't know how they spend a lot of money on these ads
Mhm.
and they're everywhere. So I don't know where they're making the money to do that. But then they're also sometimes they're kind of enjoyable. I don't know. They are everywhere, so I can see why they're annoying, but I don't super mind them.
So that's the thing is like, I find them funny
Mhm.
for like the first 5.
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
can tolerate them for the first 10, but then after that, it's like I don't want to see this anymore. I've
There
been
is-
getting a lot of ads for this like zombie game, and it's literally just like Candy Crush type match
Sure.
the thing.
Oh, actually, my
But-
pet peeve is people who just do Candy Crush again. Stop.
That's all.
Candy
the
Crush
things
wasn't
we
even the
are at this
original.
point.
It was
Yeah.
like Bejeweled or
Bejeweled,
something,
yeah.
and then Candy Crush copied that. Stop.
Right.
We don't need any more of these games. There's so many out
Exactly.
there.
It's one of those things of like a lot of the ads are so misleading because like they'll show something, it's like that is not at all what the game is.
There was a
Um,
Webkins game that was like that.
Yeah, and so I've been seeing like the zombie survival one where it will like show something really crazy happening at the start, and like this is nowhere in the game most
Yeah.
likely. But it's like it's really funny what they're showing, and it's like why'd they think this would be like what will hook people in?
Yeah, there's when they have like this cinematic, like the cinematic trailer kind of thing, or like you're running away from zombies, and then they'll cut to like real gameplay. It's like, oh,
Mhm.
that's what your game is.
Yeah. I saw one. It was a really cool like World War II like live action trailer that was 3 minutes long.
Yeah.
I
Wait,
actually
I think I
sat
just
through
saw
the
that.
whole thing, and it was a mobile game, and I was like, oh, this looks nothing like
Mhm.
this.
Oh yeah. I keep getting really weird anime ones. Like on YouTube and Instagram, I keep getting like pop up like they're like mobile games, but they're like anime ones, and it's not like the dating sim ones that I know are like
Oh,
a big
it's like
thing.
I see dating sim ones on Instagram a lot.
I do see some on Instagram, but no, these are more so like the only one that I can think of because I always like especially on YouTube, skip as soon as I can skip.
Mhm.
Because why would I sit through like a 2-minute ad?
Why?
Um,
Yeah.
But it's just this like little chick sitting under a tree, and that's all I know about it. But that's a game.
I think that's always funny. More like dunking on advertisers. No one is ever going to watch your full ad. So why do you even make a 3-minute ad or whatever and then have the skip button? It's like no one is ever going to watch it.
But then
People are going to skip
also,
as soon as it's there.
why would you put the most boring scene first?
Yeah.
Because like I'm gonna skip it as soon as possible, and if it doesn't catch my attention, I'm not gonna keep watching it.
Yeah, but the only times I might watch the full thing is if it's a movie trailer.
Yeah, for sure.
But those usually will have something to catch you. The
Yeah.
trailers do a weird thing where they do like a trailer before the trailer, and I
Yes.
think it's
Oh,
for that
yeah.
reason.
Yeah.
Where they like show like crazy exciting scenes and they'd be like, oh, now the trailer.
Mhm.
But I don't know. I usually watch those, but that's really it.
Fair.
Exactly. One thing I'm hating now in ads is like they'll purposely they'll show you gameplay, but like they'll purposely be bad at the game. It'll be really easy questions. Like one of them was like, "What is this flag?" And it was the Canadian flag, and it's like Africa, Australia,
Oh, yeah, just to draw
Asia,
the
Canada, and it's like, well, 2 of those are continents, so it's obviously not those, and it's
I'll
not
see that.
Australia, so it must be Canada. And they'll
Well,
pick
those
like
puzzle
Asia.
games?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll see that a lot with puzzle games where they'll be
Yeah.
like probably pretty bad puzzle games, and they'll be like, "What's the answer?" And it's like, you just touch this thing, and
Right.
that's that.
Mhm.
Those ones are annoying.
It's
Oh,
like,
man.
they purposely get it wrong, and I get so frustrated. And I know they're like, "Oh, well, you wouldn't get it wrong." Hate it.
But now you gotta download it
Yeah.
and show them how stupid they are. Alrighty. So there's 2 more, and then we'll talk about what Rain and I Parade. Okay, censoring older content that doesn't meet 2021 standards.
Yes, that annoys me.
That annoys you. Okay, yeah.
Especially when there isn't anything to be censored. Like in Community, there's the D&D episode, and one of the characters is dressed up as an elf and has all like black face paint on, and then they
Right.
removed it as part of the like blackface thing, but
Mhm.
it's not blackface.
Right.
And in the episode, they talk about like that's a bit racist what you're doing. It's like
Right.
part of the joke that
Yes.
Chang doesn't get it.
It's only
It's
in
like-
the first minute too. Like you
Yeah,
can
it's
re-edit
barely
the
in it.
episode. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
don't know. I think there's something to be said of like we improve as a society, so don't
Yes.
keep doing it. But you don't need to go back to old content and be like, oh, let's fix this up to be better. That's just how it was.
How do you guys feel about putting like a warning on it? If you were like, hey, this episode like contains something insensitive, like dealing with this or that, like depending
Yeah.
on whatever it is, but then like keeping the episode as it is.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's
Okay.
fine.
That I think
I
is like
just don't
a
think like
helpful medium.
I don't think the right way to look at problematic content is the past is to
Is to
censor
hide
it.
Yeah.
It's like this is a part of we shouldn't hide our bad parts. We did rough stuff. It happened, and hopefully we're better now.
Yeah.
Well,
And maybe we're not, and it'll show us like a reminder of like, look at where we can go to improve. Like,
Mhm.
don't just be
It's-
like, this never happened. 'Cause
Yeah.
it did.
That's what Disney Plus now is doing with like Peter Pan. Like you can't watch Peter Pan like if you're under 18 on Disney Plus. And,
right.
Like, it now has like a warning beforehand too.
One thing that I'll say is that I just don't like. So I, moved all up and down the East Coast, right? So I've had history lessons from like the North and the South,
The South shall
Um,
rise again.
of course. The War of Northern Aggression,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
right?
It's about states' rights.
No, of course. But it's like I think that a big thing is that in my history textbooks in the North, they wouldn't admit to doing anything wrong. Like in the South, right? It was like we did wrong things, but oh my god, they ended so quickly and we're so much better now, right? But like they at least said like, oh, we did something we made a fucky wucky, but like we stopped it. Like
In the In the South, they did.
Yeah, like, but it was like
Interesting.
it was very like glossed over. I don't want to make it sound like they had like any.
I don't know that
'Cause
250
I don't-
years is so quickly.
Right. Well, no, I yeah, I
Yeah,
don't want to make
no,
it sound like the South is doing great. But they did at least say like, well, we did something wrong, but look at how quickly we fixed it. And it was people in the past. It wasn't us. We don't still have all of these racist
Oh,
tendencies. And it's
interesting.
like, yes, we do. Right. But like in the North, they just completely ignored anything wrong that ever happened. And it's like if you actually like look at like history, especially in that area, like there was plenty of things to be ashamed about. But like I didn't know about them until I like outside of school looked into them. And it's like that's something that was always interesting to me is that like don't get me wrong, again, the South is not killing it. They're not doing great as far as historical education goes.
Not at all.
But I don't think that the North is any better, and I think that it's actually a more like problematic mindset to be like we're perfect, we never had any flaws kind of thing. Like we're so much better than the South, we were never racist ever. Like it's like you absolutely were, like 100%. So yeah, that was always interesting to me, is that it was like the differences in the textbooks, because both were bad. Because like the American public education for history is especially racial history is flawed.
I think it's more an interesting point on how like American history, especially like in grade school and even somewhat into high school, does not reflect the wrongdoings of what's happened in America's past.
Right.
It's more just like, hey, here's stuff we did. Look, here's advancements we made, and here's wars we won. But nothing of like, oh, hey, we sort of messed up here. None of that.
Right.
There's a common joke about the American history school system that each successive iteration, you have to unlearn what you learned in like in elementary school, you learn about American history. Then you do it again in middle school. And in middle school, it's like, oh, everything you learned before, wrong. This is what's true. Then you get to high school, it's like, everything you learned in middle school, that's wrong. This is what it is. And then that's still wrong too. So then you get to college and it's like, this is what actually happened. And at least in my experience, colleges would be like, yeah, this is the real history, and this is what you was always glossed over or dressed up a certain way. And
I had a really bad American history teacher. Oh, it was world history, but this guy was terrible. He once convinced us, or wanted to say that Iraq was going to be the 51st American state.
Oh God!
It's like that's not true at all.
Right.
You should not be teaching world history if all you're going to do is talk about America and be wrong about it too.
Yeah. Since America was only a player on the world stage in like the past 50, 60 years, like right after World War II, we did not matter before then.
Right. That's a big thing. I don't know. It's a stupid thing. People should do better. And I know it's the whole like what is it? History is written by the victor kind of mentality.
Although it's interesting, I was just learning about the Daughters of the Confederacy, which is the reason that the South's education system is all about the South will rise again, and the casting it as like states' rights thing when that's not what it was about. And like it was interesting, like it's not written by the victors always. The South did a really good job of propaganding of like, we're gonna really dress up what we did wrong and really make it about the War of Northern Aggression. And so they like and it's interesting to me that they did such a good job of rewriting that history that in the North you learn about that, like in Illinois, or maybe that's not the best example. In Michigan, a great super North state, you'll have people that'll be like, it was always about states' rights. It's like, and it wasn't about states' rights. It's about slavery, and you can't dress it up that way.
It's like I think the best way to put it is it's like, was states' rights involved? Sure. Right, but it was like states' rights for slavery. Exactly, that's the thing. It's like, of course they were involved. Sure, you can have that, but it's like you have to acknowledge what the states' rights were wanting.
It's like, I guess you can technically say that slavery wasn't the only driving factor,
right?
But it was
It
Trump,
was the main
the
one.
biggest one.
Yeah. But that's going to be true of literally any war, is that it was not fought over one thing. Like,
Yes.
wars
Could
don't
never
happen
simplify
for
it that
one
much.
issue. Yeah. But my God, that was always a time and a half. But no, it was very, very interesting to have both educations and to like see just the difference of them. Because, oh boy, because it was also like they both hated each other. So it was like in like Southern education, it was like, God, the North, am I right? But then like like those damn Yankees. But then like whenever I had education in the North, it was like, oh my God, the Southerners like literally devil spawn. And it's like, all right. Yeah. Alrighty. Last one. Influencers. It says everyone on Instagram with at least 1,000 followers trying to be influencers.
I don't understand influencers.
I don't really understand, but I also don't think they're like harmful really.
Yeah.
It's just kind of a thing.
The
And
only
there
one-
is something weird that I don't understand of like influencers who really don't have like they're not doing some form of entertainment really. They just
Right.
somehow have a lot of followers, and so they're an influencer and they become very popular for seemingly no reason.
Yeah.
I don't understand that, but I don't really have an issue with it. It's just kind of people doing what they want, I guess.
I think that it's like you know, you hear the word influencer and I guess you think of like um Jake Paul or like all of that group kind of thing. Is it Tana Mongo? Is that her
I don't
name?
know. I was gonna say David Dobrik, I think.
David Dobrik,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. But that's the thing is like you think about these people and it's like these are not, people who should have an influence over young people.
Yeah, there's that of like I feel like becoming famous
Mhm.
for a lot of people really brings out the worst parts of them.
Right.
And so it's very common for these influencer types to have kind of dark secrets that they're hiding. But I don't think the overall term is bad. I think it ends
Yeah.
up with a lot of bad people by the nature of how it works.
That's definitely true. I think that that's one of those things is like people who want to be famous just to want to be famous are probably not the best people in general. But then also, I think I also think of like the Instagram influencers, right? And that's like a whole world of like the like somewhat promoting like eating disorders and stuff, but that I think has changed a lot in the past like year or two. Because I think that there was like a big thing where it was like there would be these skinny little girls on Instagram saying like, if you just like want to be skinny, you can be, kind of thing. And it's like not acknowledging like the work that goes into it. But lately they've been, at least like the ones that I've seen have been doing more posts like, this is me in the morning, like after a full
Yeah, I
night's
was like,
sleep,
I've seen a lot of more body
Yeah.
positivity things
Yeah.
of just like, yeah, I'm an attractive woman and I'm posting pictures of me looking attractive, but that's not how I always look. And I
Right.
take specific poses and ways to do this, and this isn't normal.
And so, like, I think that those are getting a lot better because of that. Because beforehand, when it was just like, I mean, it was very much the same thing that like magazines have done for years.
Yeah.
Where it was like, look, like this is how women are supposed to look, and it's like, no, it's absolutely not. Like, you're gonna be bloated, you're gonna have like hair in weird places, you're not gonna be like this perfect image. And I think that that's starting to like come around to Instagram influencers, which is a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, what rained on y'all's parades? I can start.
Okay.
Yeah.
The vaccine. I'm so
Oh,
happy
sure,
I
me
got
too.
it. Yeah, I'm beyond happy that I got it. I cannot stress enough how good it is to have.
Everyone get the vaccine.
Please, desperately, please. Everyone over 16 right now is eligible in the US.
There's lots available.
Yeah.
Get 'em.
Just go for it. But Yeah, I have felt so bad the past 24 hours just of like side effects and stuff, which they're starting to kind of calm down. Which most of the other people that I know that did have side effects, it tends to like go away within like a day and a half kind of thing, which worth it. Anyone who doesn't think that that's worth it is wrong. But
Yeah.
a good thing is over the weekend, specifically on Saturday, I watched Vax Live, which was very inspiring, and wow, I cried. But basically, it was this like it was the first completely sanctioned concert in the U.S. And it was like a whole big lineup of people. Like it had people from all different genres, and it was the people in attendance were only like medical workers, and then like it was live streamed to anyone else who wanted to watch it, and it was also like a fundraiser to try to get the vaccine to smaller countries. And so it was like really really cool, but there was something about like seeing people in like a real crowd, and like everyone was wearing masks, right? But like seeing like an actual concert happen, I was like, I sobbed immediately. Like the first song that they sang was Sweet Caroline, and I was just like, it was J Lo, and I was like, oh my god, like it was fantastic. And that's coming up. We're gonna get more and more of that, and I'm very happy. So, yeah, I miss concerts. They were a fun time. Yeah. All right. How about you guys?
I went to my girlfriend's graduation, which was fun. I mean, I'm happy to support her, of course, but graduations are inherently boring, and this one especially was not the best weather, so it was pretty chilly. Not fun, but it was short, which was good. Like graduations can take a really long time, but because of COVID, they split up like majors, so it was only an hour ish, maybe a little bit more.
It's not bad, yeah.
It's fine to sit through.
Yeah.
I'm happy I did not have to sit through like a 4-hour event. That would be rough.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. Yeah. All right. How about you, Ryan?
I still can't think of anything, but I would say what was good for me this week was the vaccine. You know, fully vaccinated. Woo.
Yeah.
Feeling all right. So.
It's happening. Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh man.
But yeah, just gotta get through finals. So
yeah,
finals are good this week.
Done.
So yeah,
that's true. We're a healthy podcast here. So yeah. Alrighty. Well, get the vaccine.
Get the vaccine. Don't be mean to people.
Don't be mean.
Check us out on YouTube, Instagram, our website. I think that's it for right now.
Yeah. I think so. And have a sunny Wednesday.
Bye.